have a unique person, a character, a man with a character, as so well known, Mr. Bessam al-Husseini. He's the one, a representative on the Al-Hashd al-Sha'bi in Iraq, the mass popular forces fighting ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and daily they fight and they die to protect the Christian, the Sunni, and everyone on the behalf of the whole world, on the behalf of the global, okay? And also he's gonna tell you the details. Bessam al-Husseini is a very well-known person. He served 3 prime ministers as an advisor, senior advisor. He's the only one, they kept him because of his character, because of his style. He's a doer. He's the one in charge of putting Saddam on trial, the fire of Saddam, and all the big mission, the impossible mission, Mission Impossible, Bessam al-Husseini, he was in it. It's a pleasure and honor for GAFTA to have him here today. I do give the hand to Mr. Bessam al-Husseini.
Thank you, Mr. Kubba. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the merciful, the most compassionate. I'm going to talk today about the popular mobilization, and everybody's been talking about this new phenomena that started in Iraq. After the collapse of city of Mosul, back about almost a couple of years ago, what was it, June 10, 2014, when one of the 3rd largest city in Iraq was occupied by vicious Al-Qaeda and called today ISIS. The PMUs, or PMF, Popular Mobilization Forces, or Popular Mobilization Unit, was established by a fatwa for a guy named Sayyid Ali al-Sistani in Najaf. He was sitting in Najaf, nowhere else, like some reporter, some of the media focus that this is an Iranian proxy. It's not. What happened, he issued a fatwa, not for the Shia only, for all Iraqis to participate with the PMUs, what they call a not mandatory, this means a volunteer basis for this fatwa to be part of, to protect your city, to protect your homeland, Iraq. And this fatwa was only a couple days later, was it June 15, the fatwa was issued in June 13, 2014. Only a couple days later, June 15, 2014, it was backed up by an Iraqi government council. They backed it up with a law. This law implement about the methodology and the technicality of the implementation of these forces. I'm going to just kind of talk about it just a little bit. For an average volunteer basis to go to the war to fight, he would receive a training. All the coordination was done with the MOD, Ministry of Defense. And we pay about $700, not a whole lot of money for individual will to fight. He will receive a training with the coordination with the Ministry of Defense. And some of these volunteers happen to be like they work for the ministry, they have an everyday job. We usually give them a 90 days contract, then it's possible for renewal. We pay them about $300 only a month. Then they go, they leave their job, they go on an assignment basic, they finish, they go and take care of business, they fight to be part of this global mission, this noble mission. As a result of that, a lot of people ask me, what are we talking about here? What's the number? The number fluctuates. It got up to like 200,000, 220 at one point, all the way to 160,000. Today, the PMUs, or PMF, Popular Mobilization Forces, Popular Mobilization Unit, we have about 185 on payroll. Something very, very important. A lot of people think this is an Iranian influence, this is backed up by Iranian help. That's not true. This is only Shia dominate, and a lot of these news, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Fallujah, what's happening, and these popular mobilization affairs, how they take place in the battlefield. We have, January 15, 2016, the Prime Minister issued 40,000 from the provinces of Anbar and Fallujah, and to create these cities, the Sunni cities. We recruited, and I was in charge of these payrolls, by the way, at that time. We recruited 40,000 individuals from the Sunni cities. And we have about a couple thousand from the Christian community, from Christian and Kildanian Iraqi people. In other words, this fatwa was not only for the Shia dominate, or the Shia. A lot of Shia, yes, a lot of Shia came just to protect their city and protect their homeland, but a lot of these PMUs are from the Sunni and the Christian sectors. Something very important that we need to talk about. The PMUs is really, honestly, I'm going to be very frank about this to the media. I'm really sick and tired every time I Google the word PMUs and it's going to show a Shia militia. It's not, and I just made my case very clear. These are not Shia militia. These are Iraqi fighting to free the cities of Iraq. Okay, Mosul is a Sunni city, right? Kind of, right? But the Shia fighting to free it. For who? For their own people, for the people of Mosul. Same thing with Fallujah. We salute the Iraqi army. We salute the PMUs. We're fighting today and making a great progress in the city of Fallujah. We just liberated a couple important bridges, a Tufaha bridge, what they call it, and couple the other bridge coming from the main street. And hopefully, in the next couple days, hopefully, or maybe 3-4 days, hopefully, we'll have the great news that Fallujah will be free of ISIS. A lot of people asked me just last night when we get some report that the battlefield's been slowed down just a little bit, just because we let these civilians to get out. Okay, we've been making an announcement left and right, with helicopters saying all the civilians to get out, and there's a protection next door in Tikrit, to have a protection for the families, for the children. A lot of people wish to stay just because to help ISIS, to be honest with you. Hopefully these folks will get out, and the battle just kind of slow for the last 24 hours or so, just because that way we'll give them a chance to get out. People ask me, what these organization, they're dominated by Badr Group, Al-Asa'ib al-Haq, Saraya Salam, Al-Abbas Group, different brigades. Each and every of these people maybe belong to affiliation with the Iraqi Parliament Party. That's okay. That's the case. Some of them are belong to Iraqi political party in the Iraqi Parliament. That's okay according to the law, as long as they receive the training, they go to the war with a good cause. I gotta mention 1,200 people about 10 days ago. 1,200 from the Sunni city from Fallujah participate in the war to free their own cities. Today, number 3,000 individuals from Fallujah joined the PMUs. That's a great number, by the way. Keep in mind, Fallujah was about 326,000 individuals, the population of Fallujah. When you have 3,000 from their own cities participate in the war fighting, it's a great number. The enemy is one. Is Al-Qaeda yesterday called September 11? And today, ISIS or ISIL, Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, Bilad al-Sham, what we call it in Arabic. We have to be united to fight ISIS. ISIS is not something they're going to go away. It's like a snowball, keep rolling. And the numbers are great, keep getting greater and greater and bigger every day. We have them in the backyard here, in D.C., in Los Angeles. Happened yesterday, San Bernardino in California. Who are these thugs? Where did they come from? If we don't stop them, and I'm really kind of upset about the media has been promoting ISIS when they call them Islamic State, like my colleague and friends here when they call it. These are not Islamic. They do not represent the Islam just because they are evil. It's a cult, and we have to stop it. The way we stop it, we have to be united to terminate ISIS in only one way. But if you don't have the power, military, but you have the power, cyber, media, a social network, we have to fight them. It's very easy to target them and find them. They are all over. They're coming from Europe. They were in Belgium, in France, in San Bernardino, and pretty soon they will be here. I don't think this administration welcome them, right? What did they do about it? Not a whole lot, honestly. We gain a lot of help, all right, from surrounding country, and the American administration honestly giving us great protection on the air. But hopefully, when we get to Mosul, hopefully, we'll get more aid and more protection military-wise from the American administration. There's been a great deal of hate and sentiments towards the American, unfortunately. And this is the fact. Why? Because we have not done a great job. I'm an American. I go back and I travel a lot. I go to Dubai. People say, well, I flash my American passport. They don't like this. Guess what? A great deal of sentiments and hate towards the American nowadays than ever. You know why? And I'm going to be very frank and very honest about it. A lot of these folks in the Middle East, they believe ISIS is an American creation. And quote me on this. They believe in the Middle East ISIS is an American creation. It's not, right? You agree? It's not an American creation, right? This administration needs to prove me otherwise. This needs to prove me otherwise. If this is not an American creation, what is it? How are they? Who are they? Where do they come from? They received a training in 2014. I think, what was it? West Point report I read. About 3,000 to 4,000 Chinese trained in Istanbul. They moved to Mosul to fight with ISIS. Do you believe this? You know, from Russia, from Europe, you know, a few thousand people from this country moved to Mosul to fight with ISIS. Did we know this? Have we done anything about it? We need to pay attention to this. We're not going to gain the heart and the mind of the Iraqi people by helping the Iraqi army that way. We need more support and more help than ever. The blood of James Foley, you've got a lot of media folks here today, will not go in vain. We need to protect our media individuals, to protect the right of these individuals to fight. A lot of media got killed from ISIS. You know, the beheaded, who started this? It was them. Al-Qaeda yesterday, today call it ISIS. Last but not least, we salute the Iraqi army who've been fighting bravely today, freeing one of the major cities of Fallujah. And the bad news was it UNAMI report a couple of days ago, end of May, they always issue that report, about 2,300 people in Iraq were killed as a victim of ISIS. That's a great number, by the way. Obviously, the Iraqi official number, about 1,800, and so it's always different. But UNAMI issued a statement a couple of days ago. We have 2,300 people were killed in Iraq in May 2016. That's a big number. Like we said, you know, if we get like a couple of these people get killed in this backyard, you know, the whole world will turn upside down, right? But unfortunately, this blood will not go in vain. We vow to the people of Iraq. We vow to the victim, the family. We will not let them go. We're going to continue fighting against ISIS till we reach the victory. Hopefully, we will never be victorious unless we be united. Thank you.
Thank you so much.